Hi guys, Neil at Italia Autos here. Welcome back to another video on my channel. We're back with the GTV V6 restoration, light restoration, that I showed you from a few weeks ago. Today I've been doing the cam belt on it and I'll just show you what I've found or what I haven't found. So we'll start the episode with looking at that. So the cam belt is now all on. We've changed the water pump, the two tensioners, the main tensioner, and put a new cam belt on it. I've also put new spark plugs in it. Now the biggest issue I had, which wasn't very huge, was that this one was over torqued. So when I've undone it, it started to spin a little when I've taken it out. So I've put a new bolt in there just so I can save anybody the hassle of having to weld that next time. The tensioner itself was okay, there's no extra play in it, there's no damage to it at all. The water pump is the next problem we had, a little bit of a problem. As you can see, it's starting to rust. So that has had not very much coolant in it for the last few years of its life, or at least since it's been laid up anyway. So that would have caused some problems if that was left unchanged. The engine itself is actually not too bad. A little bit of sort of dirty oil carbon deposits in the front head, but the rear head is actually quite clean. The spark plugs, nothing particularly wrong with them. All the heads are still pretty good on them, but they are getting all rusty and corroded, so it is better to change those. The cam belt was showing signs of cracking, but it's not too bad. I've seen a lot worse. So I'm going to button this up off camera now. We're going to put some new gaskets on it, get it all back together. Then I'm going to do a service in it. We'll show you the oil once I get the oil out and see how clean or how dirty that is. Put a new battery on it, and then fingers crossed we can start it. Cam belt is all done. Just change the oil filter and drain the oil out, and now we're popping some Petronas Selena oil in. And then I just need to pop a battery on it, and hopefully it will start. I'll probably change the air filter as well. Let's give that key a turn now. I've popped a battery on it. I've put one of my own batteries on it at the minute. I've not put a new one on it just yet. So let's crank it over and see if it'll fire. Well, considering that's not been started for a good few years, it got a little bit tappety, as you would expect from an engine which has not been run, because there's no oil at the top of the engine and everything needs to settle in. All the cam belt is all aligned and tensioned correctly. So we'll leave that running for 10 minutes now and see if it all quietens down. Right, so as you heard, hopefully heard anyway, I think I recorded it. It was quite a long time to start, but that was probably due to the fact that there was no fuel in it and it was all had to be pulled from the tank. But we eventually got going anyway. A little bit ticky on startup, but after about 2 minutes, it's quieting right down. Everything is all plugged in. I've triple checked everything. Even checked down by the water pump for any water leaks, and we're all good down there. The timing is absolutely bang on. So what I'm going to do now is just put the engine cover back on, and then we can move on to the welding. Now, saying I was going to do the welding, I've probably got a little bit of a dilemma, because I've got a Brera on the ramp with no subframes on it, and I've got this cup on the ramp still with no engine in it. So it means I'm going to have to resort to working on my back while welding. Not looking forward to doing that one, so not sure how much is going to be filmed of that. Side skirt is ready to come off now. I managed to undo most of the bolts on the underside, but some of them I've just had to sort of prise away from the connector, so we'll have to do some work once these skirts are ready to go back on. So let's see what horrors lurk underneath. Side skirt is all off, and we are quite lucky that the only bit of damage is there, and that's where the worst bit of the rust is as well. There isn't really any that I can see on this side, so this car is actually holding up really well indeed. It's probably been stored most of its life indoors, but as you can see, I've got to repair a bit of that sill underneath there as well. That's going to be a fun one to do. So I'll just show you what I'm doing. I've cut out this part of the sill because it was all crushed, so it's better off just replacing it with new metal. I'm then going to pull this interior part down, but I've also got to cut out some around the back as well where the rust is. Let's just see if we can see any better there. See, as you can see where it's all rotten there, I've got to cut that out as well. Weld in the back piece first, and then we can weld in the front piece, and hopefully just get in and just tap this in a bit of the sill down to give it some better shape again. But if that's holed there, I will be replacing that bit there as well. I have cut out all the rust. I've grinded all the rust away with my wire brush, giving it a quick coat of primer now. I've also just measured up the inner piece of the metal, and I'm going to weld that in now. I'll do that off camera because there's nowhere for me to put the camera in for you to see it without it get covered in metal splatters. So join me in a minute when the back bit is all welded up. Right, didn't film anymore because I got carried away and cracked on with it. Welding is all done. Just left that little bit of a dink there, but I think if you look all the way along there is little dinks anyway, so that might be a part of the original shape anyway. But yeah, we're all in, we're all done. I do still need to do the other side, but I'm going to wait till that's on the ramps before I can grind that down and get that recovered and painted. So we're now, what, 2 weeks later, heat wave number 2 of the year. Lovely blue skies all around. I've just picked it up from the paint shop and brought it back, so I'll give you a quick walk around now, and then I can get back to rebuilding the whole car, and then we're done. So I've literally just driven it back. It is a little bit dusty from the drive back, as everywhere is a little dry at the moment. As you can see, all the dents are gone. Especially on this side, there was that massive dent. That is now all gone. It had also pushed it in a bit here, so that's all been pulled back out and sorted. And what I've also got to do is fit the original cup front bumper and splitter. And we've also got some cup side skirts, and in the back of the car there's some cup wings as well. So I'm going to unload this now, and I'll see you in the unit shortly. Okay guys, here it is. It is all done. It's taken many weeks, but we finally got there. The cup front bumper is fitted, the cup side skirts are fitted, the cup wings are fitted. We've also fitted the interior. We've fitted a black carpet. We've fitted a new dual exhaust, which sounds rather thirsty. Just show you the inside. Got the tan leather seats back in there. I've also fitted a black carpet. The interior is still got to be cleaned properly, but other than that, we are all there. Let's just show you it starting, because you haven't heard that yet, I don't believe. A beautiful exhaust. So there we go guys, another car is finished. It's going back to the customer this morning. If you've got any questions or anything like that, just please comment in the description below. If not, thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, share and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next video.